the Romano versus Ornstein saga. I'm not really calling it a saga, but I've seen people talk about this online because of the constant tweeting and posting from Romano. He's on every stream out there. Apparently, he charged 300 euros to appear on a stream, and anyone can pay that fee, and he'll appear. I mean, if I pay him 300 euros, I can have him on my stream as well. Oh, Fabrizio Romano talks transfers, blah, blah, blah. People come in, views, clicks, like, subscribe, and then he disappears and he makes his money. I mean, look, everyone's got to make a cross somehow. I think what people are, I don't know if they're finally realizing it or if it's something that people have just finally come to terms with, is that Romano likes to tweet a lot. Spams constant revelations or announcements, tweets sometimes things that probably don't need to be tweeted. Does it a lot. He's tweeting any little changes, any little bits and pieces of information, whereas Ornstein, some people say, he just comes in with the information, bang, 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 this is what's confirmed, posts, and he walks away, yeah? And then we've got always, we've got the Fabrizio Bomba, or we've got the Ornstein Bomba and stuff like that. We have these buzzwords now because when Ornstein drops something, there's concrete interest in it. There's something solid in the backing of that. Whether it's rumor has it, blah, 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 there is something to be said about what is happening and what is going to happen. People like to speculate as to who is the best, who is the GOAT, who is this, who is that. Well, we shall see. And we shall find out. But before that, I want to get to this article here. And this was from a couple of years ago. What is this advertisement? I don't even have pets. Anyways, from September of last year, it says David Ornstein opens up on his rivalry with Fabrizio Romano. It says Ornstein was asked if he has a rivalry with Romano. It says here, Ornstein and Romano are two of the most well-known football journalists in the world. They come into their own during their respective transfer windows in January and in the summer, delivering the latest bits of news regarding the most high-profile moves. But does Ornstein view Romano as a rival? Now it says here, Ornstein reckons there's a healthy rivalry across the industry, but has an enormous amount of respect for the Italian. It says, quote, I get asked this a lot. I think there's a healthy rivalry across the industry because everybody is trying to do their best for themselves and their employees, he said. But there is enormous respect across the board. Fabrizio and so many others are absolutely brilliant at their jobs, and we acknowledge it's great for sports journalism and the public. He goes on to say, of course, there is a desire to be the first, but it's more important to be right, and that should never be compromised. You can achieve both. If you can achieve both, bingo. This is where we're going to go to this year. So it says, it's not a rivalry, but the key things I got from this year is there is a desire to be first, but more importantly, to be right. And that should never be compromised. So be first, but also be correct. If you get two, cool. If you don't get both, at least get one or the other. If you're going to be first, at least make it correct. You can't say you can't be right and then come in. You can be right and then come in second, but people are going to look at the first person, right? That's always going to look at the first person. So he says that nicely there. Now, this brings on these tweets here. So we've got here. This is from 22nd of June this year. 1 million views. Says, no spamming, no unnecessary retweets, no simping, no allegations, no twerking, just exclusive bangers. I hope we can all agree that Ornstein is clear of Fabrizio Romano, ? This is what got me thinking, because now lately, from what I've seen, I don't really engage in the whole transfer business. I don't really look into the whole who's talking about what, which players looking at moving, which manager's doing this, which manager's doing that, club, etc., etc. I don't really look at that. I look and see the respected journalists, like your tier one, like your top tier. Like for Liverpool, it's like Paul Joyce. They'll say, we're waiting for Joyce to drop a bomber on Liverpool. We know then there's some concrete backing there. Or we look for Ornstein, or we look for Romano. Now, Romano at the start was fantastic. He was great. Lately, for me personally, he just tweets a lot and just says the same shit we've already seen from so many other people. Now, I've heard some people also reference that Romano will tweet what somebody else has said, and he'll use that person's verbiage verbatim and also link the name or the handle of who said it. So it's almost like passing on like a retweet, but he's not retweeting it, he's saying it himself. It makes it look more impactful. If he's saying it himself, people may think like, okay, there's actually something in this because he has said it. At least that's to my understanding. Now, just to read a couple of comments here, because there is another one we're going to look at as well, another tweet. It says, the difference between tweeting for passion and money. Ornstein is the GOAT. He's a banger. He ain't going to shag you. Cringe. I mean, look, you can have an opinion on somebody and not want anything from them. Definitely, in this case, a shag, shall we say. But it says, Fabrizio is a fraud. I don't know if it's a fraud or not. This comment here was interesting. It says, I don't understand trying to compare the two. Fab's carried football journalism for a while now, but since he's getting money on this app, everyone suddenly hates him. I don't think it's that everybody hates him. I think it's the frequency, in which case he absolutely rinses people on Twitter for it. These people saying Fab's still, Fab is clear. Let's have a look what are the replies to this here. This comment here, Fab is greedy and just recycles the same rubbish daily and changes the wording of it and knows the social media app sheep will gobble it up and make him a fortune. He's repeated the Euro line every day for 2 weeks now and nothing's changed or happened. Fab just got owned by Ornstein today. Don't know what happened there. They need new money. The Palmer slander isn't enough. Why Palmer's into that one for some reason. I don't know why. But it says Fabrizio never carried anything. Even before Twitter became massive, Ornstein was always the guy. Ask us Arsenal fans. Ornstein is levels. Fab is a billion times better and covers more group. People saying this dude is better, just lying to themselves, and their reasoning is just stupid. Fab is a full-on glazer. The amount of Mbappe posts, it's so boring. We had all those updates too. If he will not sign for Real Madrid or not, which makes me which mask is he wearing is so boring. Fab. So people obviously don't like what was said there. There is an honest question mark there. Both are great. You're the only one twerking now. I mean, another thing that annoys me about this whole twerking fucking bullshit, like, you can have an opinion on somebody that favors one person more than the other and not want anything from them. I think this person is better for XYZ reason. Thank you very much. Oh, you're twerking for him. Oh, you're glazing him. You're doing this, you're doing that. Some people online on the internet are absolute fucking retards, okay? Just stupid. Anything to try and stand out, to be edgy. Like, ooh, edgy boy. Relax, calm down, bro. Relax. The other tweet here is this one. This one from the 17th of July. Now, this was the Linioro situation. It says, he's taking the piss. Ornstein breaks the story and leaves. Romano 4 tweets basically saying the same thing after not breaking the story. So this is from Ornstein. Manchester United, Fabrizio Romano. And he's commenting and referencing David Ornstein with the actual tweet himself. It says, Manchester United have booked travel and medical tests for Euro. Plan already after agreement reached with Lille. 50 mil plus 12 mil add-ons. There's still work needed. Deal done. Men are confident, as David Ornstein reports. And then Romano, same thing. Manchester don't want to get Lenny Euro deal done as soon as possible to avoid any hijacks. Contract proposal. Euro set to travel to England with his family. Another one, Euro's camp already in the process to review all the contracts for Manchester United. Medical tests to follow. Real Madrid are also informed he's travelling to England, blah, blah, blah. No real information there. Again, Manchester United are waiting for the approval on contracts documents from Lenny Euro's camp. Then he will undergo medical tests. Man United have booked medical for Euro already today in order to be fast and avoid any late surprises. Like, bro, all Ornstein did was say one thing and left it. And this guy said what he said, and then started adding more bits and pieces on there. But look at this, 1.8 million impressions, 2.1 million impressions, 3 million impressions, 4.1 million impressions on the first one here. Like, bro, this man knows how to get the people looking at his shit, man. He knows. He knows the deal. It's madness. This person says, right, it's all about the tweets and engagements. Whenever you want to be honest and show the first one where he credited Ornstein, please do. Not sure why you would not. I mean, it's literally there. Yeah, he credited him, but the point is, Ornstein said it, and then he's just repeated what he said, and then he's added more bits and pieces. He's added, again, a little bit of an update, a little bit of an update, a little bit of an update, and everyone waits for the Fabrizio story, shall we say, or the Fabrizio bomba, which is, it's a bit mad. I mean, I don't know why people get so hyped up over what Fabrizio says. Like, is he the only person who can tweet something? I mean, I know there are more reporters out there, some more trusted than others, but this is just interesting to me that you have two sets of reporters, journalists online on Twitter talking about this, and it's almost like a competition who says it first. And I have seen in some other chats say, who said it? Oh, Fabrizio said it. Nah, I might pass. I'll wait to see if Ornstein confirms it. Or vice versa. If Ornstein said it, let me see if Fabrizio confirms it. Because these people are one of the most trusted people in football journalism, shall we say, in this moment of time. Now, there was one more little bit here. I think it was part of a video from Hassam and Grizz the other week. If I remember correctly, there was something in this where they referenced talking about Romano, and there was something. How do I say with the accent? I don't know why, but there was definitely something in it about Romano, and I think Grizz or Hassam had something interesting to say. Let me just find it up here. Here we go. Let's have a look at this here. Let's kick it over to this.
100%
to early Grizz. Here we go. This was from the other day.
Been given indications from him and his agent that he's interested, and he has.
So this they're talking about Zuba-Mendi at the like a couple of days ago, but just listen to what they say regarding the journalists who dropped this information.
Twitter, forget rumors, forget everything else. The great Ornstein, the great Paul Joyce, and the not so great Romano, three of the biggest hitters last night, have said that.
Did you say the not so great Romano?
Not so great. I mean, Ornstein is the daddy, man. Come on, he's not the so great, no? Do we disagree there? Oh no, okay. Maybe we have our first disagreement.
You know. I always tell people don't know this. I know you know this for a fact. You know how much it costs to get Fabrizio on a stream, but I always tell the guys, it's not about paying it. It's about the fact that if I bring him to talk about Liverpool, wallahi, he will not tell you anything that I cannot tell you. There is nothing he knows.
I say this all the time. Look, very good friends of mine, wallahi, very good friends of mine know him personally on a WhatsApp level message. So, and I'm not calling him out per se, but I'm saying he's not of the Ornstein levels, of Joyce levels, that tweet 12 times a year, but it will be 12 out of 12 kind of thing. And it won't be sort of revenue chasing. But look, forget that.
That's what they said. That's what they said. Not what I said. That's what they said. So Grizz saying he knows people that know Romano, and he says it as well. He tweets how many times to get his revenue in or his impressions or etc. And then out of nowhere, Ornstein will drop one thing and then drop and run. If you look at Romano's, he just tweets nonstop. It's just interesting to see that there is an actual like I said, it's not like a rivalry, but there is something in it to be the first person. To be the first person there, to be chasing the buzz. Oh, who dropped it first? It was this person who dropped it first. Oh, did Fabrizio say it? Well, yes, he did, but there's others out there as well. I mean, I don't know if people just pick and choose sides now because they've trusted Fabrizio for so long. Now they stick with him, but if someone else comes along, Ornstein has been around for a long time, as far as I know as well. But for some reason, Romano seems to be the person out there, and now he's got it. And can I just say as well, I have to say this, the whole here we go shit, can we please cut the fuck out of the whole here we go shit? It is fucking annoying. Everyone is doing here we goes because of Fabrizio Romano. Everyone is doing it, and it fucking annoys the shit out of me. And look at me being a hypocrite saying, don't tell people what to do with their content. I know, I messed that one up. Obviously, you can't stop people from doing it. I dislike it, shall we say, because a lot of people do it, and they're not really doing anything. They're just talking about, oh, this person said yes to this deal. Oh, this person's looking at coming to this club. Oh, here we go. Buzzwords. It gets everyone interested. It gets everyone into the whole frenzy of, let's hear what this person said about this transfer. Let's hear what this person said about this club. Let's see what this person said about this manager, this player, etc., etc. Zabi says in the chat, this is journalism, Darby. Every transfer window is annoying. Exactly, because it's always the first person to drop some information. Who's got a little bit of nugget of information, type something up, bang, hit that send button and see it go up on Twitter and see everyone talk about it and see, well, is it reliable? Is it not reliable? Can we discuss it? Can we not discuss it? All that sort of shit there. Finch says, are we separating each other by what journos we follow now? Man, the clout scene is out of control. Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to. It's who do you trust? Who do you like more? Who's going to get you the information that you so desire? A lot of people want to use Romano. A lot of people love talking to him. I get it. Fair enough. But bro, at some point, you got to say to yourselves, can we just cut back and just stop this, take turns, take teams, etc. Look, if you want, you can still be a good journalist. You want to be a journalist and report the news and give the factual information, you can do that. But if you want to be an online celebrity and retweet and be out there and everyone else in the meantime nonstop, that's a different story. That is a completely different story. Now, just one little thing to point out here, from One Football. What does it say here? What is this here? This is an old thing here talking about Ornstein. It says hours later, Dill was back on a tape leader move. Ornstein hasn't been wrong on any of these occasions. Rather, he's a victim of the volatile nature of the transfer market, just like everybody else. Yet few have proven to be as reliable as him. It's almost as if dealing in facts and confirmed information from reliable sources makes you yourself more reliable by default. So that's what it is, because he goes to the right people, he talks to the right people, he knows the information is accurate, he knows what he's going to report is factual, which is why every time he reports something, there is a confirmation that it's a yes, we're going ahead with this. Not so much well, this is what I've heard, this is what I've done, etc., blah, blah, blah. And then it's like just tweet not 100 times a day with the same information, change a few words up, and let it run like that. So that's just me doing a Google search, like just, Romano versus Ornstein. It's crazy how people actually look at this stuff and they go, really, what's this? How the Fabrizio Romano versus Ornstein debates are going to end 5 days ago. What is this? I love seeing what people tweet about these sorts of things. Okay, so Romano is going to be remembered as the everyman, and Ronaldo is going to be Ornstein? Really? Is that what we're talking about? Is that what it is? Cook, W, ouch. I mean, you're still believing Fabrizio, then it's on you. I don't know. Is he a fraud? Is Fabrizio a fraud? Most authentic source. The Athletic, yeah, Ornstein from The Athletic, definitely in there. A lot of people bigging up Ornstein in all this. What's this video here? I saw this one, TK24. David Ornstein destroys Fabrizio Romano. I don't know if I wanna look at that. I mean, is that really something I want to be? I don't know if I'm gonna do that video right now. What have we got? An hour and 16 minutes? Nah, we're getting long in the night. But that's my little bit there.